Yo, what up? I'm back at you. It's me again, Mike Cardi. We about to get. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing well. Yes, I am actually in traffic. Oh, but you gonna let me the fuck over? Yeah, I'm in traffic right now, and I'm just gonna actually sit here talking a little bit. Just got done eating a little lunch with Boo Thing. Yes, we eat lunch every day around noon because we got a split schedule. So that's our way to little spend time with each other and stuff. So you gotta find ways to spend time whenever you in a relationship and all that, you know. If people ain't finding ways to spend time with each other and to make time for your love or your partner, whatever the fuck, I don't know what you doing. Somebody else making time. Shit. Yeah, that's the only way I see it. Or y'all just not interested in each other. Hell. Anywho, that's either here nor motherfucking there. I'm just on here talking. I decided to do like a little video because I realized that I don't really do story times and stuff. And I'm like, shit, I'm in this traffic. Wait a minute, let me take my damn Gatorade. Hell yeah. Take my, oh no, my shit over here. Yeah, I'm in traffic and I realized it's like probably one of the best times to talk. Shit. Ain't nothing else going up here. Y'all motherfuckers is rubberneckers. Y'all need to move out the way. Like y'all ain't never seen a damn police car or whatever. That's the problem. That's the problem. Anywho. So I decided to do like a little story time with you all. And yeah, so it's Pride Month and I'm like, hell, I never really shared a gay story with you all. So I might as well tell y'all how I end up coming out and you know, the kind of steps that I went through and all that. I just remember like early on growing up and stuff, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I was in another body or anything like that. No, I've never felt like that. You know, that's other people. For me, it wasn't me feeling like I was in another body. It was, you know, I knew that I had an attraction to both. I didn't really, you know, even though I was being told that you need to like girls and stuff, I knew that I had something else going on. That's just something that you know as a child. I mean, hey, you know, you attracted to what you attracted to. And I remember growing up, like my mom and my dad, like they would do things, they would see me do stuff. Like I would walk around the damn house with like pom-poms in my boot, like I was marching around like Major Red and shit or whatever. And I remember them trying to put me in every sport that they could find. And it was crazy because I actually took to some of the sports, but I feel like they was doing it because they saw something in me early and maybe they was trying to put me around and put me in that space. So they even had to like put me in the boys club and shit like that growing up or whatever. I mean, that's what you do to your kids. You keep them active or whatever. So they kept me active, kept my sister active as well, but I'm talking about me right now because she's 5 years younger than me. And I felt like they did that because they saw that I was different. And I know parents like to try to deny things or whatever, but I'm like, you can't really deny shit. You know your damn kids. The fuck? Come on now. So that's just something that kind of stuck out to me, you know, and I didn't act upon these things until I got into college, you know, like the whole attraction thing on guys. And, you know, I was actually introduced through a guy like my sophomore year, you know, to, you know, actually kissing or whatever, you know. So Nobody knew. Like, I was doing my thing. Like, I had a girlfriend freshman year, everything. I mean, it was just one of those natural things. You just have you a girlfriend. Y'all kicking, y'all chilling, all that. But I remember, like, having that experience with him, and I was like, okay, I feel like that maybe I was seduced or whatever, but anywho, it went down. No sex, though, just some oral. And that was the start of, like, my whole little gay journey. And I remember, like, going through this and telling my best friend, and my female best friend, about me like a year later, but she had already kind of pieced it together just by the way I was secretive and stuff. You know, you kind of always on the phone. If you're on a DL, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you always on the phone. You gotta step outside away from the family to have your conversations and stuff. Like, you dipping off in the middle of the night or whatever the fuck, or you know, telling people you going somewhere when you going somewhere else. You like, I'm going here, but I'm really going over here. You know, you come up with all kind of stuff to do your damn thing. It's just like anybody else. So anybody can be like, oh, I was living a double life. No, while I was messing with guys, I never messed with girls. Now, I will say this right here. I have had sex with girls. You know, I don't mind having sex with girls or whatever. But ultimately, that's not my motherfucking thing. Period. So, pretty much, I remember, like, going through this whole little phase, and, like, it carried on for a while. And I remember me and my mom, like, on breaks and stuff, like, I never wanted to go home because I couldn't do my thing. I was so used to the college life, the dorm life. Like, why the fuck should I go home and have to be up under their rules and everything? So, I remember, me and her would bump heads. Like, me and my mom, we both cancers. I'm born June 23rd. Yes, birthday coming up in a couple of days, whatever. Me and her would clash, and I'm talking about, like, mouth almighty. Like, we say what the people want. Like, we could say some shit that'll really hurt your ass or whatever. So I just remember, like, me just snapping and just being real quick with her and everything, and it would be over the slightest little thing, and it was just me having this, like, tug of war within my damn self, and I was trying to really kind of hide my life from them, and it was beginning to be too damn much, pretty much, at the end of the motherfucking day. And I remember telling her, well, now I remember us going to go meet my father, and, okay, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you want to do up here. You need to get the fuck off the road if you that damn scared. Sorry about that. I remember me and her just get into it, and, like, my dad would be like, you know, what the hell is going on? Like, that's your mother right there. Like, I was beginning to be real disrespectful because I was trying to hide, you know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of, like, the reads and the shades and shit come from with gay people, because you don't want nobody to clock you. You don't want nobody to read you. You know, you got to be the first to get it out there to cut somebody the fuck down or whatever. Some is fun shade and stuff like that, but, you know, if girls, you know, we feel like somebody coming for us, we gonna cut your ass down to the white motherfucking meat and tell you how the fuck it is. That's just it. It comes from you always having to put up that defense mechanism. I remember being young and people, you know, telling me I was, you know, saying that Michael was funny or whatever. You know, I didn't know what the fuck that shit really was until you get older, you know. In middle school, I even had, like, cousins and stuff like that. You know, maybe they saw something in me or whatever. It wasn't like I was trying to hide any motherfucking thing. I've always been my damn self. If any of my cousins will tell you, they'll let you know my family. Michael has always been Michael. The jokes, Michael gonna crack jokes, laugh, always gonna be like the life of the party. Been cussing since I was like 9, 10 years old. What the fuck? Like, this is me. The fuck? So, pretty much, I just remember, me and her just getting into it over and over, you know what I'm saying? It was just like this repetitive thing. And so, we was going to go meet my father. It was like January the 2nd because he had a wrestling tournament because he was a wrestling coach and stuff. And he had a tournament and all that he had to coach in. And we was meeting him at State Line. I was, you know, going to go take them to South Carolina so they could go down to Georgia because my parents live in Georgia. Excuse me. And I was living in North Carolina, back in North Carolina. Now we all from North Carolina, but they just moved whenever me and my sister both graduated. So they was like, we want to go live our life and shit. Well, my sister just happened to be in the car because they was up there for an event or something like that. And I remember, I forgot what the fuck it was, but I remember we got into it in the car, me and my mom, and my mom was just like, you know what I'm saying, son, what the hell is it? Like, what is it? Like, okay, you don't used to talk to me, like, you didn't talk to me like this before or whatever. Like, I know we've had our little tug of wars, but like, I mean, what's really going on? Because this is just getting way out of hand. So that's when I just kind of was just like, you know, how you get the frog in your damn throat and you don't really know how to project what you're trying to say. So you get like the little cry ball shit. So pretty much that's what happened. I had got the little cry ball up in my motherfucking throat, and I was just like, you know, I've been hiding, you know, and I like, and I was just like, you know what I'm saying, I like guys, and she was like, okay, is there anything else? And I was like, okay. No, my sister was like, okay, Michael, we still love you. And my mom, you could tell she was taking it back. And I was like, okay, excuse me. I was eating some food here. I didn't put my chapstick on, fuck it. So you can tell she was taking the damn back. We done missed the damn exit because I'm crying and shit at this point in time because I feel like I done disappointed her. And okay, the fuck is going on with these damn windshield fucking wipers? Shit, it's raining. Sorry about that. And pretty much I'm crying and she just like, you know what I'm saying, it's alright, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I was like, you didn't know? And she was like, no, I didn't know. And I'm sitting here in the back of my fucking mind, I'm like, girl, while I'm crying or whatever, I'm like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. There's no freaking way. No freaking way. Okay? So, but I realized, you know, in hindsight, I had to think to myself, I'm like, you know, parents, they see you in one way or whatever. Like, if you ever come around with a girl and you come around with a girlfriend, that's how they perceive you. They're like, okay, my son is straight. And I had brought around a few girlfriends at that point in time. So, you know, this was something else. But they know I had went through like this tumultuous relationship with my last girlfriend. That's because she was like a bitch and all this stuff or whatever, and like she had put me through a whole bunch of hell and high down water. So that was kind of like my last girlfriend. But I had one at that point in time because, mind you, this conversation took place in 2010 or whatever. That's why I said I'm gonna do a part 2, because I still got to come out to my father. That happened last year before I moved down to Florida. So I'll be doing a part 2 of this. I had a girlfriend at that point in time for like 6 years, or at least I hadn't verbalized to my mother that I had a girlfriend. She knew I had broke up with that other girl back in like 2004 and stuff. All that shit had went down, but I hadn't brought nobody else around, you know. Meanwhile, like I said, all that whole time I was creeping, living on the DL, you know, doing my own damn thing. You know, it wasn't like I was on the DL, because like I said, I was more so discreet. And anybody that's in the gay lifestyle, you know that there's the difference between DL and motherfucking discreet. You know the difference. DL is you got a husband, wife, kids, and you live with them, and you, whenever your wife and shit go to work or whatever, or that you go out of town, you fucking like hell niggas or whatever. That's DL. Like, and you don't have no kind of clockability about you. Like, you all man, you straight boy, no type of feminine characteristics. When you go out, you can go to the barbershop to play ball, football, all that. Yeah, that's DL. You know, discreet is, I ain't really necessarily telling you my damn business, but I ain't putting it out there on Front Street, but I'm doing my damn thing on the low. And that's kind of how it was. Like, I never told anybody my business. Nobody knew who I was dating, who I was dealing with, who I was fucking. Even though I was doing my thing, I was dating people and stuff. But nobody ever knew who these people were, because these people, they were low. They was on the low too. You know, they weren't really out there. They weren't out there at all, really. So we doing our thing. We chilling behind closed doors, and it sucks because those relationships, you really can't do any damn thing. You kind of just stuck behind closed doors. But that's what the hell I was doing. So, like I say, my mom, she didn't really know what the hell to think whenever I had first told her this, but I think she kind of knew in the back of her mind. But I was just like, you know, this is what it is. She was just like, you know, I'm your mother, I'm still gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna tell your daddy, because it's up to you to let him know on your own terms when you want to let him know. And this gonna stay between me, you, and my sister. My sister was like, you know, I love you. You know, that don't change the fact that you my brother, anything like that. We ain't gonna love you no less. You know, I've had people ask me, and I just kind of shrugged it off or whatever, and boom. So I kind of lived, like I say, at that point in time, it was, I was relieved. It was like, okay, one set of bricks is off my shoulder or whatever. But I knew I had a whole nother ton of bricks, because my father was like, I ain't gonna say homophobic, but my father is a typical black father. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? He looking for you to come home with wife, kids, the whole shebang. You looking for the marriage, all this, that, and the third. So anybody that has one of those fathers that is gay, not the father is gay, but you're gay, but you know, you have one of those type of fathers that is, you know, he's like a man that's supposed to be with a woman, you know what I'm saying, have wife and kids, blah 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 blah. It makes it kind of a difficult situation. Nevertheless, she vowed to keep that between us, and so we kept it, and I was still doing my thing, you know. And I haven't dated a woman since that last girl that my mom knew that I was dating or whatever. And it's just, it's interesting, because it wasn't until even I introduced myself to her as me being bisexual. It wasn't until recently, I would say in the last like 5 years, 6 years, where I'm like, okay, I'm gay or whatever, because you still living down low, and it feels comfortable down there or whatever, and you're not ready to show yourself because you think people are gonna shun you the fuck out or whatever the hell. So that was my whole thing. I wasn't trying to be shunned out, so I just kind of led my life on the low. I did everything that a regular guy would do. Hell, I even coached high schoolers and everything. Like I say, it was, crazy. And I'll get into a part 2 of this whole story and everything to talk about kind of, me coming to the realization that I was gay and, you know, that I like men, and then all the way leading up into the time me telling my father of last year, because I feel like that deserves a whole nother story within his damn self. Hold on, he got his children. I'm trying not to splash you and your kids now out here in this rain, and you. Okay, I'm sorry about that, because people out here standing in the rain knowing it's a puddle of water, and I'm trying not to splash you and your little baby you got over your arm. Anywho, but yeah, I will give y'all that story on that whole thing. Like I say, me coming out to my mom, it was really nice, because she didn't judge me or anything like that. Like, she really was supportive, and I don't think she quite understood at the time what was going on. She did admit to me later on that she went home and cried, and she cried privately because she didn't want my dad to know. You know, I don't know why, you know, what was her whole reasoning behind crying. She just said, you know, she just cried, and I'm like, okay. You know, I guess maybe she feel like that I was going to have a hard life or something like that. But, you know, my life has been good. Ain't nothing bad happened to me. Anything that does happen to me, I do believe that it's for a reason. So I'm not gonna ever look at anything as a hindrance or nothing like that. But like I say, it's I don't know what was her reasoning why she said she cried. Maybe because she felt like that she may not ever be able to see grandkids or something. I don't know. Parents have their own reasoning why they feel the way they do whenever their kids are gay or whatever. Like I say, it is what it is. Like I say, you just gotta love your children and just be there for them, because whenever you do that, like I say, everything else will fall into place. And that's one thing that I never had from her, which was any type of judgment. If she did, she never expressed it to me. And that's that. Like I say, my sister, she's always accepted it. I think she knew before she accepted it a long while ago or whatever. But you know how siblings are. We don't give a fuck. We like, okay, you my brother, you my sister, okay. Who gives a fuck what you like? As long as you like it, we good. So I think she was more so upset the fact that I didn't tell her beforehand. But I had to understand, she had to understand too, that, you know, she was living with my parents and all that, and I didn't want to, you know, I didn't know how she was gonna be. Like I said, she's younger than me, so I wasn't quite sure she really was gonna understand or know. So that was just my own fear, you know. I had to apologize to her for that. I had to apologize to my mom, you know what I'm saying, for keeping a secret, because she was just like, don't you ever keep a secret from me. And that was just like a great thing right there, to know that I could go to my mom with any given thing, and she just like, you know, come to me with open arms or whatever, just open ears. And you know, she may not understand at the time, but she tries her best to understand. My mom is a counselor. I want y'all to understand that. She has her degree in psychology and all that stuff, and has her master's. So like I say, she's educated. You know, all of us have our bachelors. My mom and my sister, they both had their masters. Me and my